Good afternoon, friends. We were discussing time series methods, various time series methods in the previous class. So, the various time series methods we have discussed are simple average. So, that is that considering the sum of the demands for all the previous periods, giving equal weightage. So, probably the demand in the very old period is big. So as the time passes, so maybe the customers are attracted to the products of my competitor. But still, while doing the forecast, so I am giving the equal weightage whether the period considered is very old or the newer one. So here the sum of all the demands for the previous periods divided by total number of years considered. So that is summation of demands for the product in the previous n number of years. So that is considering from 1 to n, so divided by total number of periods. So then moving average method. So that is a fixed number of most recent historical data considered. So that is summation of demand in the most recent previous n number of years. So summation of demand in the previous n years divided by n. So in the simple average, even I am considering the demand in the older years also, but in moving average method, so only the most recent years demands will be considered. But still here also equal weightage will be given to all the years considered. So n is the chosen number of period. So in weighted moving average, my demand will be not the same in all the years considered. So one year the demand will be more, so the other year demand will be less. So depending on the demand, so I am giving weightage to the year where I have more demand. So usually considering more importance given to the more recent period. So, weightage will be given more to the recent period demand. So, considering to the demand in the very older years. So, here some of the demands for the chosen number of periods considered here, but here we are considering the weightage along with the demand. So weightage considered will be multiplied with the demand in that particular period. So now exponential smoothing method. So it is a very sophisticated method using three items of data. So this period's forecast, the actual demand in this period, then smoothing constant, that is alpha, which is having a value between 0 and 1. So the range of alpha is from 0 to 1. So we are considering three items of data here. This period's forecast. So the actual demand in this period and the smoothing constant alpha. So next period's forecast. Suppose we are calculating the forecast for the coming year, say 2021. So that will be calculated using this formula, that is this period's forecast. So that is f of t is the forecast for the period t, say f of 2021. Now that is equal to this period's forecast, that is the forecast done for the year 2020 plus alpha, that is the smoothing constant, so that is varying from 0 to 1. So into the difference of then actual demand in this year, so that is actual demand in the year 2020 minus this forecast for the previous year. So if I am calculating the forecast for the next period 2021, so now t minus 1 means 2020. So f t of minus 1. So that is forecast for the year 2020 plus alpha. So that is smoothing constant into, so actual year 2020 minus the forecast done for the year 2020. So by substituting these values, I am getting the next period's forecast. So that is forecast for the year 2021. So now taking a numerical. So the past data for the sales of wet grinders of a company say XYZ in an area is shown in the figure. So the year is 2001 and so the forecast for these 6 months from January to June, the sales of wet grinders like in the January 2001, the sales of wet grinders was 585. Similarly, February, March, April, May, and June, it is 970 wet grinders. Using this data given for the previous 6 months, you are asked to find the forecast the demand for July month using simple average for all the previous months. That is considering all the 6 months data. So forecast for the demand in the month of July to be calculated, and then 3 months moving average. That is the latest 3 months. That is April, May, June. We are considering only these recent 3 months. So then July 2001 sales will be planned. Then weighted moving average, where the weights, that means the weightages are given here, that is 0.5 for the latest month, that is June, and zero point 0.3 and zero point 0.2 for the previous month, that is for May it is zero point 0.3 and for April it is zero point 0.2. So that is as you go in the reverse order of the time, so that is weightages are reducing. So using simple average, so I am considering sum of demands for all the previous periods. So that is 6 months sales. I am taking the summation. So that is sum of the demands for all the 6 months is done here. Number of periods considered is 6 months. So from this formula, so I am estimating that there will be the sales of 741 units of wet grinders in the month of July. Similarly, considering 3 months moving average, so I am considering the demands in the latest 3 months. Okay, say here 3 months, not years. So that is 750, 860, and 970. So divided by number of months considered is 3. So that is 860 units.